in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan, you know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in, so let's get right into it. Now listen, you already know that time and energy are the highest forms of currency, my G. Time, energy, the highest forms of currency. I know they got you out here chasing the bag, chasing that money, getting to that moolah, stacking that guap, getting that cheese, but always keep it in the front of your mental Rolodex. Time and energy, the highest forms of currency, my G's, at all times, is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Listen, man, big salute to all my day one investors, everybody that's tapped into Grown Man Business TV, everybody that's highly invested in the channel. You already know we growing this thing organically. Organically, my G, constant elevation. We on our way to the top. We approaching 25,000 subscribers organically. So big salute to all my day one investors. Even bigger salute to all my newcomers, all my new subscribers, everybody that's making their way to the Realest channel on YouTube. Yeah, listen, I carved out a lane for the real, and I'm the only one in it, my G's. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to all my newcomers. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you tapped into the Realest channel on YouTube. Now, y'all see the thumbnail, right? I'm sure y'all see the title as well. North Carolina is under attack. North Carolina is under attack. And I said to myself, you know, being as though the higher ups and the elites is paying attention to the channel, being as though they got me outside the algorithm. You understand what I'm saying? The message is powerful. They know that we ain't playing no games over here at Grown Man Business TV. I said I got to speak on North Carolina because it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. Now listen, when it come to YouTube, when it come to content creating, it's a lot of different variables. It's a lot of different angles. It's a lot of different content creators. So you can go wherever you want to go to get whatever you want to get. Trust me, I'm entertained highly. But here at Grown Man Business TV, we going to do it all, my G. We going to talk that talk, and we going to get that game up. We going to stand on business every way possible. So big salute to everybody in North Carolina, man. You know, I'm from the 757, big 757. You understand, Norfolk, Virginia. And North Carolina is like the little brother. You understand? You know, North Carolina is right there under Virginia. You got Suffolk, you got North Carolina. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And I think it's absolutely disgusting work what's going on out there in North Carolina. See, a lot of people can see the devastation, the flooding. You understand what I'm saying? That's going on out there in North Carolina, but a lot of y'all have not looked through the smoke and mirrors. A lot of y'all have not pulled the curtain to the back to see what's going on backstage. And here we are, Grown Man Business TV. Listen, absolutely disgusting work what's going down out there in North Carolina. Now, I don't know if y'all remember this, but recently we had something go down the exact same way out there in Maui, Hawaii. Y'all don't remember the fires, the miscellaneous, the unexpected firestorm that took place out there in Maui when they was buying up all that land, where the higher ups and the elites was buying up all that beach land, all that beach property. They was buying up everything after those fires. See, it was a reason. It was a reason for those fires. They want us to believe that, you know, all these things are coincidental. All these things come from, you know, Mother Nature. You know, one thing for sure, two things for certain. We already know that the higher ups and the elites got their hand in the pot. They done figured out a way to manipulate Mother Nature. Yeah, them dog fur people, they love to play God. They love to play God because they have no kind of God in them. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. You know, what's going on out there in North Carolina is devastating, and it's nasty work, and it's only right that we you know, give y'all the game over here at Grown Man Business TV, homie. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap, because what you got to understand is Hawaii, now North Carolina. Oh yeah, you got to know New York, you know, Atlanta. All these prominent areas are next on the list. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I feel real bad for the people in New York City when something like this takes place in New York City, because you got to know that it's coming. It's on its way. It's on its way, man. We gonna really break this down because it get gangster in America. Oh yeah, man, America politics, the foundation of America, it get gangster. All of that is built on gangsterism. Yeah, Yeah, it's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You can run, but you cannot hide forever. You cannot hide forever. And what's going on in North Carolina is an example. It's a demonstration on what's going to take place in every other state, especially if it's something there that they want to get their hands on. Man, it's nasty work. Big salute to the chat. You know, we going live early. You already know I told y'all the higher ups and the elites are paying attention. When you giving this game up, they take you out the algorithm. You know, when you talking that talk, when you clashing and you doing this and you doing a lot of arguing and you doing a lot of back and forth, man, you get 400, 500, 600 people in the live stream, all in the live chat at one time. You understand what I'm saying? But when you going against the establishment, when you poking holes in the higher ups in the elite's armor, when you showing everybody what's going on, this is where the shadow band come in at. So y'all already know we don't do this for the numbers. We do this for the integrity. Here at Grown Man Business TV, we do this for the integrity, homie. We don't do it for the numbers. So I don't want you to be discouraged by the numbers. You already know we do big numbers and then we do low numbers. But we don't do it for the numbers. We do it for the integrity. So big salute to the chat. Let's kind of break down. I want to really break this down on what's going on in North Carolina, man. You got to understand something. You know, when the higher ups and the elites see something, when they want something, you know, they go after it. They don't ask for it. And it's been going on in America for a long time, my G. This type of situation been going on in America for a long time. It was never a problem, right? It was never really a problem when eminent domain only affected black people. Yeah. All our cities, all our communities that we was building up, all our generational wealth. When they flooded Lake Lanier, when they flooded that community, it won't no problems. You ain't have no outcry. You ain't have nobody trying to get down or lay down. But now in present day, you know, eminent domain is affecting them dog fur people. Eminent domain is affecting everybody, not only just black people. So now it's national news. Now everybody know what's going on in North Carolina, but you got to know something. It's been happening. This been happening. So yeah, we gonna pinpoint what's going on, man. Let me see what I got in the chat. Big salute. Trick Dawson, I see you don't like the dog fur, but we gonna talk about the dog fur because one thing for sure, two things for certain, all roads lead back to dog fur people, homie. All roads lead back to people with that dog fur. And see, I know you don't like to hear it. I know the truth is gonna hurt you, homie, but you already know. The truth don't care about your feelings. The truth don't care about my feelings. The truth will remain the truth. So yeah, what's going on in North Carolina, when you really break down into the last compound, it leads back to dog fur having people seeing something over there in those rural areas of North Carolina and wanting to get their hands on it. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it, man. It is what it is and it'll be what it's going to be, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to get out your feelings and get in your bag, homie. You got to get out your feelings and get in your bag. And that's what we do here at Grown Man Business TV. We going to get in our bag. So North Carolina, you think it's a coincidence those whole communities is being flooded out? You think it's a coincidence? Yeah, it ain't. It ain't a coincidence. You think it's a coincidence that FEMA ain't got no money for those people, but FEMA got all this money for all these immigrants and all these Ukrainians, all these border jumpers? Yeah. Kamala Dick Harris, because you already know. Don't forget the Dick Harris. Kamala Dick Harris told those people they got $720 for them. Go on the app and apply for $720. Nasty work, my G. They done gave all that FEMA money. They done gave all of Americans' budget to immigrants, to border jumpers. And now when disaster strikes, they ain't got nothing but $720 to give these people out there in North Carolina. But we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that. So big salute to the chat. Y'all tapped into the realest. You already know Golden Condex. You already know I see you in the chat. What it do? 83 box Chevy. I see you in the chat. You know, we just getting started, man. So let's look at some of this. Big salute.
Search crews are combing through the remote mountains in western North Carolina, hoping to locate those still missing and those in need of supplies. Teams from across the country helping with those search and rescue efforts. Private helicopter companies stepping in to deliver much needed aid, including food, water, fuel, and over 100 donated Starlink satellite units.
We've just been distributing them to local fire departments who we know have been isolated with no comms. And it's fantastic.
In Asheville, the North Carolina National Guard working nonstop to deliver supplies to residents. ABC's Morgan Norwood is there.
Now, that's the tragedy out there in Asheville. Now, ask yourself, Asheville, North Carolina is not known for flooding. Asheville, North Carolina is not a place that has to worry about, torrential floods coming through and destroying the whole community. But out of nowhere, we got a Hurricane Helene, right, that comes through and sends flash floods through an area that ain't got nothing to do with flooding. See, when you let me break this down for you, right? When you a homeowner, you got to get homeowners insurance. And depending on where your property is at will depend on really what you put on that insurance. So if you in a place where y'all don't get floods, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have flooding insurance. You understand what I'm saying? If you in a place that X, Y, and Z, you put 2 and 2 together. In Florida, it's a lot of tornadoes. It's a lot of water. So most of everybody got flood insurance on their properties. But in, Asheville, North Carolina, these people ain't got flooding insurance. These people ain't in position to be worried about flood insurance. But now y'all just seen the whole clip right there of a whole community flooded out. Now, why you think that community been flooded out? Let me give you some game. It's called eminent domain, homie. When a national, when a torrential hurricane brings in flash floods and floods out your whole community, the government is sitting back. The higher ups and elites are sitting back and they saying, oh, we about to get our hands on that. Oh, yeah. We going to just apply eminent domain to all this area and we going to take over all this area. We need that. Then you got to ask yourself, well, why do the higher ups and the elites want this area so bad? Why would they go through so much to redirect this hurricane and flood out Asheville, North Carolina? Why would they do that? What's the logic behind that? Because that's rural area. That ain't like Charlottesville. You know what I'm saying? That ain't like Greensboro. This is an area where people live off in the wood. They can almost get off the grid. This is an area back where people can, they growing their own food. They got their own land. They got their own livestock. They doing their own thing. Why would the higher ups and the elites want to put their hands on that area? Why is this happening? Yeah, it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap. Because when you dealing with them dog fur people, you got to understand something. It's always an agenda being pushed. It's always a method to the madness. Nothing is by coincidence, man. I told you. Here at Grown Man Business TV, I'm telling you, we don't believe in coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing happens by coincidence. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to be able to really gather the information, not worry about them calling you a conspiracy theory, all this, that, and the third, because that's the game that they play with you. When you start giving up this game, they put you in the category of a conspiracy theorist. Oh, he's speaking about conspiracy. It doesn't mean anything. And, that's all fabricated. It's not real. It's no coincidence. It's just a coincidence that this huge hurricane made a right turn and beeline straight for Asheville, North Carolina. Oh, there's no conspiracy here, guys. There's nothing to see here, guys. Whew. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. The game is wicked, my G. So I want to play another clip right here for y'all to get a kind of a glimpse of really what's going on. We're going to break this thing down. It's big reasons. It's big money out there in Nashville and Asheville, North Carolina. You know, they don't just come over there and get to playing and sending hurricanes and sending flash floods over there for no reason. Local trees, what it do, man? I see you in the chat. You know, high altitudes. I'm going to tell you something. It ain't no controlling it. Let me tell you something. I want to give you some game on this. High altitude, low altitude. If they want what you got, they going to come and get it. So if you're in a high altitude, they might not use water or a hurricane. They might do like they did out in Hawaii and use a flash, fire. Oh, it was a big firestorm out there in Maui. And, the local people, they were burned out of their properties. And the local people have to be relocated because it was a flash fire. We don't know how the fire got there, but don't worry about that. It was just a flash fire. And now Oprah Winfrey and Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos is all buying property over there, out there in Hawaii. And the locals is trying to go to war about the beaches and the ocean fronts and all the property that they done took over out there. It's to the point now where it's obvious. See, back in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and all of that, even the 90s, right? Somebody would have said something like that. Local trees like, well, buy property in a higher altitude, buy property in a lower altitude, buy property here or buy property there. That's my dog verse. That's my dog fur impression right there. When I talk like that, I'm talking like the dog fur people. Oh, buy property in a higher altitude. You think they ain't figured that out? You in a higher altitude, we gonna burn that shit down. You in a lower altitude, we gonna flood you out. And we gonna use weather manipulation. We're gonna manipulate the weather to burn you out. We're gonna manipulate the weather to smoke you out. We're gonna manipulate the weather to flash flood you out of position, homie. And then we're gonna use eminent domain, and we're gonna take all this property. Now, before we get into this clip, eminent domain, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Lake Lanier, Utica Village, which is Central Park in New York City. These are all prime examples of eminent domain. Send them dog fur having people into the city, burn it down. Now we're going to reach out to the property owners and say, listen, it was a catastrophic event that happened here when them dog fur people came and burnt down y'all city. So this is what we going to do. We're going to buy y'all out and we're going to take over this land. And you don't got a choice in the matter. Take it or leave it. Get down or lay down. And if you lay down, you already know you're going to stay down. Oh, Lake Lanier. We had a catastrophic event in Lake Lanier. So guess what? We're gonna implement eminent domain into Lake Lanier. And we're gonna turn it to a national lake where the dog fur people can jet ski and ride boats and fish. Yeah, that's what they doing on Lake Lanier. They go out there and they fish, they ride jet skis, and wonder why every year 20, 30 dog fur having people lose their life on Lake Lanier. Oh, they drowned in Lake Lanier. There was an accident where 4 people drowned off their boat riding jet skis. It was just a coincidence. Nah, it ain't no coincidence. It ain't no coincidence that the dog fur people keep getting drowned in Lake Lanier. Huh? Utica Village. Oh, listen, we know that Central Park was black owned. We understand that. But what we're going to do is we're going to take Utica Village, if you don't mind. We're going to implement eminent domain. We're going to pay you the bottom dollar for the property. And we're going to turn it to Central Park where dog fur having people can jog. We can walk our Shih Tzus, and we can walk our golden retrievers, and we can walk our dogs, our animals. We can enjoy the view, and we can, have some greenery out here. We don't care. They don't care if y'all built this whole community. Asheville, North Carolina. See, now what's happening to dog fur people, that's where the problem coming in at. Flash floods. We're gonna go ahead and take this land from you dog fur having people. We don't mind. Do you mind? Now it's national news. But I want to tell you something. If it's dog fur having people or not, I'ma spit the game on that. I ain't gonna discriminate just because it's happening in North Carolina. Because North Carolina or Tulsa, Oklahoma, the game is the game. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. Asheville, North Carolina, or Tulsa, Oklahoma, is always the higher ups and the elites that's pulling the trigger. Asheville, North Carolina, or Maui, Hawaii, it don't matter. Flash flood or flash fire, it don't matter. They putting everybody in the chokehold now. That's why the game is wicked, B. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. It wasn't no problem when they was taking black communities out. You don't see nobody complaining about that. You don't see nobody. You don't see this guy right here saying, hey, they did the same thing to all those black communities. We should restore those black communities. Dog first. He got his dog fur wiped to the side right there. It's loose dog fur right there. But here at Grown Man Business TV, we don't discriminate, homie. There is no discrimination in this. I'm gonna give the game up whether it's dog fur having people or people out there in Hawaii. So don't get in your feelings about that dog fur. Don't you get in your feelings about that dog fur. Let me tell you something. You think that dog fur don't smell like a golden retriever when it get wet? You think that dog fur don't smell like a Shih Tzu when it get wet? Huh? You think that dog fur ain't got a sheepdog scent to it? Smell like a sheepdog. So let's get into this video. I want to really give y'all some more context on what's going on in North Carolina because it's nasty work. The higher ups and the elites is always playing at the highest level. Chess at the highest level. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be, man. Get them likes up. 130 people in the chat. We going to penetrate the algorithm however you want to do it. But we giving this game up. We ain't really about to talk about Diddy every day. We ain't about to talk about baby oil every day when you got real catastrophic events taking place in America right as we speak. Is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to the chat. Run them likes up.
North Carolina does not sit well with me. I think something's going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire world. Yeah, lithium for like cars, batteries, all that. Then I find out they have the world's highest purity quartz deposits. And that quartz just so happens to be the world's supply for AI chips, microchips, and all kinds of stuff. We're talking a $530 billion industry. So this is where it gets interesting. So a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium is awaiting a state mining permit for a site in northern Gaston County. And Gaston County is completely flooded right now. The project was awaiting zoning approval because they were getting backlash from the residents and also city officials. And
okay, let's stop right there. Ooh-wee! It's getting real. I told you it was going to get deep. It was going to get wicked, and it's always going to be deeper than rap. I told you that. Now, my dog fur having companion right here, my partner, this guy got a head full of dog fur, but it don't matter to me. I'm rocking with him. Dog fur or not, I'm listening to him. And what he just told me and what he told you is that out there in North Carolina, where all these flash floods coincidentally took place, is the biggest quartz mining area in America. Quartz and lithium. Ooh. We gonna let him talk. Quartz and lithium. So you think it's a coincidence that out there in North Carolina, you got the biggest quartz mining area and the biggest lithium for chips, smart cars, electrical cars, lithium. Now, mind you, They ain't started mining this lithium because the residents of these areas in Nashville and out there in North Carolina, the residents were fighting back. The residents was saying we ain't having that. The local council, the local government was trying to get them to give that land up. And guess what? They saying, nah, we ain't with it. Because when you're a community, you get to vote on what they do to your community. You get to vote if they bring jails, if they bring mining. You get to vote against it. And guess what? The whole community been voting against mining for quartz, mining for lithium. Now, we used to get our lithium from somewhere else, but right now America is not in good standing with the rest of the globe. You got everybody on the rest of the planet trying to knock down the American dollar, cutting ties with this government, with this political situation with Joe Biden and, Kamala Dick Harris. So we can't get our lithium where we normally get it from. We got to get our lithium right here on American soil. Well, guess where the most lithium is at in America? Right there in North Carolina. Guess where the most quartz is at here in America? Right there in North Carolina, where them flash floods came in at. Now, my dog fur having companion is giving up the game. I ain't knocking him because he got dog fur. Dog fur is dog fur. But I'ma listen to the game if the game is being given up, homie. And he's dropping game on the ground for the hungry hounds right now. Oh, y'all thought it was coincidence. Y'all thought that it was just but luck, Mother Nature just decided to flood out North Carolina. Nah, it ain't never a coincidence. So let's get back into my dog fur companion right here, and let's let him give some more game up. Big salute to the chat. Hit that like button, man. Run it up.
This lithium mine they want would be the third largest producer of lithium in the world. And they made a deal with Tesla already. Now remember the quartz? So in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, right next to Ashland, they are wanting to expand their mines even larger. And the residents aren't having it either. Enter the floods. People, these are mountain towns. It rarely, if not ever, floods in the mountains. I would know. I grew up in the mountains in Colorado.
And local trees. You said something earlier. You said move to higher altitudes. Well, these are mountain towns from what my dog fur companion is telling me. Because I like to close my mouth and open my ears. I like to get that game. And he just said that these are mountain towns. 9 times out of 10, they never flood. Oh, when they trying to expand the quartz mine, right? And the locals are saying no, all of a sudden we got a flood over there. When they trying to get these people to get rid of this town so we can get that lithium that's right up under y'all residence, right up under y'all property, right up under y'all community, so we can get that lithium, all of a sudden it floods. We are at the point in history where it don't matter if you high altitude in the mountains, if you're low altitude at sea level. If the higher ups and the elites want what's under your hood, they coming to get it. If it's oil under your hood, they coming to get the oil, homie. And unfortunately for out there in North Carolina, these residents out there, it's lithium under the hood. It's quartz under the hood. It's nasty work. Let's get back into the chat. Run them likes up, man. Stop playing.
Which means none of these people have flood insurance. I mean, the media is saying biblical devastation in North Carolina, aka like the worst thing that could happen, and you're not coming back from it. Read between the lines, people. Everything happens for a reason.
She says shit that one of the areas affected by Hurricane Helene is the world's largest lithium deposit, and the DoD just entered into an agreement with this company right here to mine lithium for electric cars starting in 2025. Now that area is completely devastated. This is a $90 million agreement between the DoD and this company right here to get Kings Mountain, North Carolina lithium mine up and running by 2030. If that area has been inundated, is in a disaster zone, then the government can come in and do eminent domain, and they can pay you what it was worth 5 years ago rather than what it's worth right now. Imagine that your home has turned into a watery lot and the government comes to you and says, hey, I'll pay you what you paid for it. You're going to take it and you're going to go, right? What do you think is going to happen right here now that they want this lithium mine up and running by 2025, 2030 at the latest? Back in 1947, we had the Florida-Georgia hurricane, or Hurricane 9, and it was the first hurricane to be targeted for weather modification. What happened was General Electric's, the U.S. Navy, the Army, the Air Force, they poured dry ice into this hurricane using airplanes to see what would happen. Would they slow it down? Well, what happened was it slowed down a little bit, but it turned west really sharp. Let me show you. This is the path that the hurricane took in 1947. Does it look similar to you? Probably not. It's a coincidence, right? Moving on. I'm sure.
It's getting deep, baby. It's getting deep. Intimate domain. If these areas are disaster areas, now the government coming in and putting that intimate domain. See, I done already said this here at Grown Man Business TV, but I don't mind letting my dog fur having companions say it, because a lot of the times y'all rather take it from the dog fur people than take it from me, Grown Man Business TV. And being as though game is game, truth is truth, real is real, I don't mind letting my dog fur companion give that game up. Big salute to him. I rocks with him. Don't worry, I follow him on IG and all of that. TikTok, all of that. So now do you think that it's a coincidence? Now you don't believe that you really think that it just Mother Nature just sent the hurricane? Now, even deeper than intimate domain, even deeper than, these quartz mines and these lithium mines, because we're going to stay on this for a few more minutes. Now we talking about weather manipulation. They've been doing this for a long time. Listen, Shorty just said they dumped dry ice in the middle of a goddamn hurricane. And that hurricane made a sharp right or a sharp left and went to land and did damage. So that's already letting you know. Half these hurricanes ain't even gonna touch you. The hurricanes is gonna come in, they're gonna slow down, they're gonna turn into little tropical storms, and they're gonna go about their business. But then when those dog fur having people get involved, because you gotta know something, it ain't no black people dropping dry ice inside of these hurricanes. It ain't no black people involved with this. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't nobody that look like Grown Man Business TV flying no airplane over no hurricane and dropping dry ice in it. Ain't none of my people doing it. It's all dog fur having people. So then when I talk about the dog fur people, when I expose them, you got people in the chat like, oh, you're going to keep on talking about the dog fur people? Why would you? Yeah, all roads lead back to dog fur having people. Why? Before I even say why, who came up with the idea, hey man, we got a big hurricane on the way, and we want to see what would happen if we dropped tons of dry ice in the eye of the hurricane. Hey, Billy, wouldn't you want to know what would happen if we dropped some dry ice in the eye of the hurricane? Wouldn't you want to know? Hey, Billy Bob, hey, Johnny, gas up the airplane. Gas up the airplane right now. What are we doing, Bill? Well, listen, we're going to go ahead and drop off this 40 tons of dry ice that we have, just laying around, and we're going to see what happens to this hurricane. Weather manipulation. Then we had these devastating, catastrophic events, and guess what the dog fur having people do after it happens? Oh, it's a flood out there in North Carolina now. It's just catastrophic, and it's so devastating, and we don't know how. The whole time they had their hand in the pot. The whole time them or their people, whoever is somebody kin, your grandfather, your uncle, your goddamn Sasquatch, Bigfoot. They low key is riding around in airplanes, redirecting the hurricane to go where they want it to go at. And then when somebody like Grown Man Business TV get to pointing a finger right in your fucking face, now it's an issue. Now it's a race situation. Now we shouldn't be. It shouldn't have anything to do with race when it got everything to do with race. Come on, son. You see this? My dog fur having companion right here is telling us that the government, the higher ups and the elites, higher up dog fur having people is dropping tons of. Come on, son. I'm gonna let her finish. Let her finish real talking real quick. Salute to the chat. Hit the like button.
This is just another coincidence, but do you know who owns the most shares in that lithium mine? BlackRock and Vanguard.
No time to waste here.
BlackRock and Vanguard. BlackRock and Vanguard. Let's ride out a little bit longer.
Did you know that the United States has multiple patents on how to steer and control hurricanes and tornadoes? Yes, this is very real and it's backed by sources, as well as our own NOAA website, which discusses weather manipulation and what steps you or I would have to take in order to do our own weather manipulation. My friends, this is no joke. Many people believe that weather manipulation was used for Hurricane Helene, then somehow coincidentally stalled over the rare lithium producing towns of Western and North Carolina, which is the exact location of the largest lithium deposit we have in the United States. Now, something to keep in mind while moving forward, ever since we left Afghanistan, we have lost the ability to mine lithium there, where most of it used to come from. Now we are stuck having to fill this insane demand we have for this lithium right here in the United States. Once again, the largest deposit being right over the towns that just got completely destroyed by this hurricane. All right, so before I tie this all up with this lithium situation, this video you're looking at right now went super viral over the last few days. We have over 3 million views on this clip here, where we are talking about these weird anomalies that were taking place right before landfall of Hurricane Helene. There's a lot of controversy about what's going on here, but these things pointed directly to where we saw landfall. Not only that, but we saw some weird scalar looking beams in there, a lot of weird stuff that we were breaking down, and it's causing a lot of talk about this situation, which is the point here. We've already established that weather manipulation exists, but I want you to take a look at this website from 2007, my friends. That's 17 years ago. And it came out from the Telegraph. It says, "Scientists a step closer to steering hurricanes." Now, in this article, they explain how they're using technology in order to control, manipulate, and steer these types of storms, including tornadoes. So when you take things like this, and you also add these patents that have been out for decades, you begin to see a picture being painted of what is really going on. Now, this isn't to say that every bit of weather is manipulated and controlled. It means that they have the capability of doing this, and it's right in your face. Now, I can't say for sure that Hurricane Helene was controlled by this type of technology, but it certainly looked like it was, and it certainly did epic, record-breaking damage that we have not seen in any of our lifetimes. So this will come down to you making your own conclusions and taking the data and making your own educated decisions on what you're seeing.
Yeah, when they was doing it, the black communities, it was no problem. But yeah, local trees, now it's dog fur on dog fur violence. You got dog fur on dog fur violence. You got dog fur attacking and taking out fellow dog fur community members. Now, I'm gonna play this all back again because it's so deep, it's so wicked that I feel like 218 people in the live chat deserve to hear it again. I want y'all to be able to take it in again. We're gonna watch this again. But it ain't no lie that they manipulating these areas, they manipulating these hurricanes. So now when we look at the coverage on CNN, when we look at the coverage on Fox News, and we say to ourselves, well, goddamn, look at this hurricane, look at these flash floods in these mountain towns that ain't never had a flood before. Oh, Mother Nature is just taking over. Mother Nature is just going crazy. It's the end of the world. Oh, we're living in the last days. That ain't what it is. We are far from the last days, my G. But when you let dog fur having people run the country, when you let dog fur having people in control of the masses, they paint the picture of the last days. So now you got these content creators saying, oh, God is coming and it's the last days and Rome is falling and X, Y, and Z. Rome ain't falling, homie. They trying to kick the bar stool from up under us. They trying to make us fall. And the only way they can make it happen is to make us believe that Rome is falling. And why would we believe that Rome is falling? Well, it's saying that great book that everybody like to read that, you know, you won't be able to tell day from night. You won't be able to tell, you know, winter from spring. You know, all these things will be manipulated and the earth is going to turn backwards. But the whole time, you got a handful of dog fur having people writing up patents, creating machines, creating all type of articles and all type of situations to let us know that they can now control the hurricane. So now we got a flash flood in North Carolina. You know what those people is thinking? God, why would you do this to us? Well, maybe we're living in the last days, and now these mountain towns can be flooded out because this is what God is doing. He is cleansing the earth. It is the last days, and the whole time you got the devil manipulating you. You got dog fur having people manipulating the goddamn hurricane. Think about this, right? When a hurricane comes and a storm comes, it's cloudy. We can't see past the clouds. We can't see the sunlight. And then these people is so diabolical. They'll fly a plane above the clouds where we can't see, above the hurricane, and they'll dump tons and tons of dry ice into the hurricane, which charges it up, which makes it 20 times, 40 times more powerful than what it already is. And they know if we dump the dry ice on the right-hand side, it's going to make the hurricane go left. If we dump the dry ice on the left-hand side, it's going to make the hurricane go right. So now they know how to direct the hurricane. They know how to manipulate the weather. Oh, and now all of a sudden, where all of this quartz is at, where all of this lithium is at, because we can't get the lithium from over there in Pakistan and all of that, because we at war with the globe. Everybody turned their back on America because of the president and because of the vice president. Everybody. So now we got to go local. Well, Bob, where's the lithium in America? Let's do the research. Get the science squad on it. Get Jonathan and Abraham on it, and tell them to get back to us. Well, hey, Billy. Abraham just let me know that the lithium in the quartz is out there in North Carolina. North Carolina, go hold and stand up. Take your shirt off. Yeah, P. Pablo. The quartz and the lithium is in North Carolina. So we gonna, you know what, Bob? Guess what? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna this next hurricane, we're gonna go ahead and do what we do. You know, we can manipulate the hurricanes. We can manipulate the weather now, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna send that Hurricane Helena over there to North Carolina. Go on and stand up, take your shirt off, rip it around, you look like a helicopter. Yeah. Come on, man. Dog fur having people manipulating the weather. And then when we call it out, see, when it's young black people and they shooting shit up, and they downtown Chicago, and they shooting up Young Dolph, and they shooting up FBG Duck, and they shooting up Nipsey Hussle, we don't have no problem pointing the finger. We don't have no problem saying, well, what the hell is going on? Why are you young black men killing everything? But when it's time to point the finger at the dog fur having people, oh, it's bigger than gang violence. Oh, it's bigger than drug dealing. It's bigger than drill rap. It's bigger than hip hop. This is weather manipulation. We let them slide out there in Hawaii because you know what? We don't have no real connection to Hawaii. They whole goddamn island burned down. Yeah, we saw that Bill Gates and Oprah Winfrey and everybody was buying land, and we ain't feel no way about it because we said, you know what? That ain't got nothing to do with us. But now it's going down in North Carolina. And as soon as somebody like Grown Man Being the TV say what it is, now it got to be a racial situation. Why are you bringing up race? GMB TV, why would you talk about race? Well, it's looking like a gang of dog fur having people is doing what they doing with this weather manipulation. It's looking like BlackRock, bunch of dog fur having people. They want something out there in North Carolina, you know, lithium quartz, and they willing to take it to dog fur on dog fur violence. Oh, it's bigger than black people now. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Lake Lanier, Central Parks, Utica Village. Oh, it's bigger than us. They willing to take their own people out for this come up. They willing to take their own people out for what they want. Natural material, natural, yeah. Yeah, a lot of them is sundown towns. Kush Boy 420, exactly. A lot of them is sundown towns. So for me personally, it's bigger than, you know, what's going on in the town. If it's a sundown town, if it's a black community, I'm going on to a higher level. If it's oil under the hood, they coming to get the oil. If it's lithium under your hood, if it's something under your hood that they want, they coming to get it. I talk crazy about the dog fur having people, but I want to say this. It's to a point where it don't matter if you dog fur or black. It don't matter if you got the Sasquatch, you have K9, or you a foundational black American. It's gonna be the people versus the government. And that's gonna be my next angle right here. That's the next angle we gonna step into. Oh, America get gangster. It's gangster in America, my G. It's gangster. In the American government have showed us over and over and over again that they willing to get gangster to get what they want. They willing to take out what you got. They willing to kill, steal, rob, whatever they want to do. They willing to do it to get their hands on the natural resources. So dog fur people is getting wiped out. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street, Utica Village, Lake Lanier, all black communities that been wiped out. It get gangster, homie. It's going to turn to a point where, because like I said, these is my dog fur having companions. I call them companions. If they spitting that real against their people, if they willing to give up that game, even if they got to put their people on the chopping block, because that's what these dog fur having people is doing right now. They saying we tired of this shit. We gonna tell what y'all doing. They ain't saying, well, you know, let's just keep it between me and you, you know, because we don't want to expose our people. We don't want to expose the dog fur having people that's doing what they doing. Well, let's keep it between me and you, right or wrong. So I got to respect them. We companions, homie. We close in quarters. And in due time, it don't matter if you got dog fur or not. Either you higher or you lower. You either government or you the people. The American people. It's gonna be a war, but we gonna break into that just few more minutes. Let's just look at this one more time. I'm gonna let it play all the way through. Big salute to the chat. 236 people in here. Hit that like button. Run the like button up. Stop playing with the like button, man. All right. We gonna run this all the way through. I want y'all to kind of get an earful of everything that's being said with no interruptions. And then we gonna double back and we gonna talk about the next move. What's coming next? I ain't here to fear monger, bro. When people say, "Oh, it's the end of the world," it's not the end of the world. You got a certain race of people that's trying to create a narrative like it's the end of the world. You got a certain race of people that's going beyond anything. They doing anything possible to make it look like hurricanes is just flooding America. Hurricanes are just flooding. Nah. If you just take your dog fur having hands off the steering wheel and let somebody else drive it, if you were to let us drive the car, people that love the earth, we connected to the cosmos, we not about to cut all the trees down, black people. We not about to go and manipulate no hurricanes, black people. We not about to go play with no tornadoes, black people. We not about to go kill all the damn animals, black people. We not gonna do that. We not about to poison the water, poison the air, poison the food, burn down farms. We don't do that as black people because we are connected to the earth. Dog fur having people, they got to splice a swine in them. That's why they skin. I'm gonna break them down right here. That's why this right here don't remind you of a pig right here. This is pig skin right here. And then you got dog fur right here. So you got somebody that's spliced up with a swine, with a canine, a little bit of squirrel in them. Yeah, got a little bit of squirrel. You ever notice how your dog got colorful eyes? Your dog got the same. If you look at a dog in the eyes and then you look at him in the eyes, it's the same kind of eyes. It's the same kind of eyes. And when I say black people, I'm just referring, Suzanne, I'm just referring to black people, because I know that's what most of y'all is used to, but really it's foundational black Americans. We are foundation, we are indigenous to this land. So the last thing we gonna do is burn down trees and shit and pour dry ice into a damn hurricane. They pouring dry ice into a hurricane. It ain't nothing wrong with dog fur having people. I don't have nothing against you. The only thing I say is it's time for y'all to let go of the steering wheel, and it's time for us to take over the steering wheel. It's time for us to drive the boat, homie. Let us drive the boat. Give up the money. Let us drive the boat of America, so we can get back in the good graces. We can get back to a empire. Y'all done burnt down the whole American empire. White dog fur people. And nobody want to tell y'all the truth, man. Nobody want to keep it 100 with y'all, man. And I ain't saying you did it, but somebody in your family is involved in it. I ain't saying you did it, but your people is doing it. So now if you ain't got nothing to do with it, it's time for you to speak out, bro. It's time for you to speak out. Just like these dog fur having people, my dog fur having companions right here is speaking out. It's your turn, man. Ain't no way possible y'all can, bruh, y'all driving the car into a lake. Y'all swamping the car's over, son. Y'all done drove the car, the shit is done, son. It ain't worth nothing. We can't sell the car for nothing. Let us get the car. Let us repaint it. Let us change the engine in the car. Let us put some rims on it. Let us put a system in it, some TVs. Let us bring the car back to life. Y'all got to let go of the wheel. Come on, man. This shit diabolical. Listen to this. Salute, Lady JJ. I see you in the chat. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Open.
Listen to this.
People on TikTok
hold on. Listen to this.
making videos like this.
North Carolina does not sit well with me. I think something's going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire world. Yeah, lithium for like cars, batteries, all that. Then I find out they have the world's highest purity quartz deposits. And that quartz just so happens to be the world's supply for AI chips, microchips, and all kinds of stuff. We're talking a $530 billion industry. So this is where it gets interesting. So a company by the name of Piedmont Lithium is awaiting a state mining permit for a site in northern Gaston County. And Gaston County is completely flooded right now. The project was awaiting zoning approval because they were getting backlash from the residents and also city officials. And this lithium mine they want would be the third largest producer of lithium in the world. And they made a deal with Tesla already. Now remember the quartz? So in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, right next to Ashland, they are wanting to expand their mines even larger. And the residents aren't having it either. Enter the floods. People, these are mountain towns. It rarely, if not ever, floods in the mountains. I would know. I grew up in the mountains in Colorado, which means none of these people have flood insurance. I mean, the media is saying biblical devastation in North Carolina, aka like the worst thing that could happen, and you're not coming back from it. Read between the lines, people. Everything happens for a reason.
Pictures of shit that one of the areas affected by Hurricane Helene is the world's largest lithium deposit, and the DoD just entered into an agreement with this company right here to mine lithium for electric cars starting in 2025. Now that area is completely devastated. This is a $90 million agreement between the DoD and this company right here to get Kings Mountain, North Carolina lithium mine up and running by 2030. If that area has been inundated, is in a disaster zone, then the government can come in and do eminent domain, and they can pay you what it was worth 5 years ago rather than what it's worth right now. Imagine that your home has turned into a watery lot and the government comes to you and says, hey, I'll pay you what you paid for it. You're going to take it and you're going to go, right? What do you think is going to happen right here now that they want this lithium mine up and running by 2025, 2030 at the latest? Back in 1947, we had the Florida-Georgia hurricane, or Hurricane 9, and it was the first hurricane to be targeted for weather modification. What happened was General Electric's, the U.S. Navy, the Army, the Air Force, they poured dry ice into this hurricane using airplanes to see what would happen. Would they slow it down? Well, what happened was it slowed down a little bit, but it turned west really sharp. Let me show you. This is the path that the hurricane took in 1947. Does it look similar to you? Probably not. It's a coincidence, right? Moving on. I'm sure this is just another coincidence, but do you know who owns the most shares in that lithium mine? BlackRock and Vanguard.
No time to waste here. Did you know that the United States has multiple patents on how to steer and control hurricanes and tornadoes? Yes, this is very real, and it's backed by sources, as well as our own NOAA website, which discusses weather manipulation and what steps you or I would have to take in order to do our own weather manipulation. My friends, this is no joke. Many people believe that weather manipulation was used for Hurricane Helene, then somehow coincidentally stalled over the rare lithium-producing towns of Western and North Carolina, which is the exact location of the largest lithium deposit we have in the United States. Now, something to keep in mind while moving forward, ever since we left Afghanistan, we have lost the ability to mine lithium there, where most of it used to come from. Now we are stuck having to fill this insane demand we have for this lithium right here in the United States. Once again, the largest deposit being right over the towns that just got completely destroyed by this hurricane. All right, so before I tie this all up with this lithium situation, this video you're looking at right now went super viral over the last few days. We have over 3 million views on this clip here, where we are talking about these weird anomalies that were taking place right before landfall of Hurricane Helene. There's a lot of controversy about what's going on here, but these things pointed directly to where we saw landfall. Not only that, but we saw some weird scalar-looking beams in there, a lot of weird stuff that we were breaking down, and it's causing a lot of talk about this situation, which is the point here. We've already established that weather manipulation exists, but I want you to take a look at this website from 2007, my friends. That's 17 years ago. And it came out from the Telegraph. It says, "Scientists a step closer to steering hurricanes." Now, in this article, they explain how they're using technology in order to control, manipulate, and steer these types of storms, including tornadoes. So when you take things like this, and you also add these patents that have been out for decades, you begin to see a picture being painted of what is really going on. Now, this isn't to say that every bit of weather is manipulated and controlled. It means that they have the capability of doing this, and it's right in your face. Now, I can't say for sure that Hurricane Helene was controlled by this type of technology, but it certainly looked like it was, and it certainly did epic, record-breaking damage that we have not seen in any of our lifetimes. So this will come down to you making your own conclusions and taking the data and making your own educated decisions on what you're seeing. We are in a place in history where it's almost impossible to be able to trust our own media or government, and I don't need to go over explanations on why that is. So now that we have all these steps in place, think about the situation as a whole. This wild hurricane comes barreling towards Florida, and we suspected that once this thing got close to land, it would rapidly intensify, and that's exactly what it did. And in my opinion, the reason that happened is because once it got close enough to our NEXRAD radar towers, it was then able to be influenced, as I've shown in many videos. All right, now finally, I just want to conclude with this. 1 year ago, almost to the day, as you can see in this article, North Carolina lithium mine to reopen with $90 million Pentagon order to help increase U.S. production. My friends, if this is not screaming to you right now, I don't know what else can. Just take a look at how much lithium we've used year to year up to 2024, and then once again ask yourself, what are the chances that this flood takes place in the biggest spot in the United States that we can even mine this stuff? My friends, the information's there, it's been there, and if you don't go check it out now, it might not be there forever. I appreciate you all. I'm praying for every single person affected by this storm. What we are seeing out there is absolute tragedy, and it seriously makes my heart break. All right, everyone, until the next video, I will talk to you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Now, I wanted to let that play all the way through. Big salute to the chat. I wanted to let that play all the way through because it get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deep in the rap. And, you know, back in the day, right, it was easy to say conspiracy theory. That was one of the easiest cop-outs. That was one of the easiest excuses when people had actual knowledge or they had actual information that was going to push back on the establishment, that was going, you know, push back against the authorities, the government, whatever, right? All you had to do was label them a conspiracy theorist and everybody would turn their back on them. But see, the difference between then and now, present day, is that we got the information, we got the technology to prove what's going on. We got the technology to prove that these dog fur having people got patents to control. You understand what I'm saying? Control the weather. We got information. We got the technology to prove that the biggest lithium, you understand what I'm saying? All of that is happening right in front of our face out there in North Carolina, the lithium, the quartz. So, you know, anytime you see somebody put the title, you know, conspiracy theory on it in present day, we got to look at them sideways. We got to look at them and, it's, you know, respectfully, we got to look at you as if you ain't up on game. You don't know what's going on. Or maybe, just maybe, you know, you working for them people. Yeah. You know, like, you know, salute to Hassan Campbell, you know, who sent you? We got to ask that question. Who sent you to the child? You know that we not even really in an algorithm right now. We're not really even in the algorithm right now. So, you know, being as though somehow you found your way to Grown Man Business TV, you hit the subscribe button just to come into the comment section and say conspiracy, Miss Suzanne. Your name is Suzanne. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody, I know a female named Sue. You know, her name is Sue, right? But when you put the Suzanne, it let me know you growing that dog fur. Suzanne, you got a head full of dog fur, man. Suzanne, with a name like Suzanne, let me know if I was to pour, you know, some water on top of that fur, it's going to smell like a golden retriever. It's going to smell like a Shih Tzu, a poodle, a sheepdog. If I was to pour some of this water on top of that fur, everybody in my house is going to say, well, why do it smell like a dog in here, Suzanne? Why do it smell like an animal in here? It smell like a dog in here. Do you got a dog, Grown Man Business TV? Would you happen to have a pit bull or do you got a dog in your house, Grown Man Business TV? No, I don't have dogs in here. My kids know ain't no animals going to be in my house. I don't share my space with animals, homie. Licking your ass, licking your nuts, licking your balls, and then growling all up on my pillow where I might lay my head. That ain't happening. When I was growing up, dogs was outside. When I was growing up, you put the dog in the backyard and you tied the dog to a tree and you let the dog do what he do outside. If he want to lick his ass, if he want to lick his nuts, if he want to, whatever he want to do, he do it in the doghouse. So Suzanne, for me, I got to know when I look at you, when I hear your name, Suzanne, you got a whole head full of dog fur, man. So be careful when you say conspiracy theory in my chat. Ain't nothing conspiracy about what Grown Man Business is talking about. You know I do my due diligence before I bring the information to the people. Now, I want to make a left turn real quick. I want to take it all the way left because we done already broke down what these dog fur having people is doing and why they did what they did to North Carolina. But I want to kind of give some context on Kamala Dick Harris. You see her in the title, right? You see her in the thumbnail. Kamala Dick Harris, she plays a huge part in this. Now, we done gave billions of dollars to the Ukraine. We done fed the Ukrainian people. We done let all of these migrants over the border. I mean, we got an open border policy where you can come to America. You can get health and dental care. You ain't got to be a worker. You ain't got to be an American to indulge in the American dream over here. And we got plenty of money for you. Millions and billions and trillions of dollars we done gave out to everybody and made sure everybody is eating good. But the Ukrainian people got money, but when it come to North Carolina, Kamala Dick Harris said all she got is $720 for these people. You can go online, even though they ain't got no internet right now because it's a storm out there and they can't really connect. But you can go online, you can apply for this $720 that Kamala Dick Harris has, implicated for y'all and set aside for the American people. So, we got immigrants in New York City. And again, this is not a conspiracy theory. I'm going to give you the facts. We seen receipts of immigrants in New York City that right now got $10,000, $15,000 of cash in their account. And also they got $13,000 of food stamps. Now, I'm a tax-paying citizen in America. Yeah, I'm not like the average American. We at the big house, got pool in the back. I live a certain way here in America. Grown Man Business TV. My kid, my daughters, my people that's up under me, we accustomed to a certain way of living. But I would tell you this. I sure wouldn't mind having $13,000 in food stamps in my back pocket right now. I wouldn't mind if the government would say, Grown Man Business TV, would you like to have these $13,000 worth of food stamps for you and your daughter? Would you like to fill up your refrigerator? Well, yes, ma'am, I would. I would do a lot of damage in Costco's. I would go to Costco's right now and I would have a shopping spree because, in my old age, I like to go to Costco's. I like to walk around Costco's. I like to look at different things in Costco's because you go to Costco's, it's going to be a lot of stuff in there that you ain't going to find at Walmart. Listen to me. I get excited just talking about it. I could get up right now and just take a trip I go right up the road to Costco's right now. If the government was to ask me, would I like to have $13,000 worth of food stamps? Well, yes, ma'am. Kamala Dick Harris, yes, ma'am. Somehow, the immigrants in New York got $13,000 worth of food stamps, and they got another $10,000 to $12,000 in cash. But we ain't got no money. FEMA is broke. We done gave this money to all these people, and now in North Carolina, we ain't got a lump sum of money to tell these people, listen, don't worry about it. We about to hit everybody out there with about 10 to 15,000. Get that in your pockets. Let's move this around. Let's get everything situated. Now, you think that's a conspiracy theory? When it's a natural disaster, you see trucks and you see VDOT and you see all these different people lined up the interstate because it's a big budget. These people don't go to North Carolina or wherever there's a natural disaster because we just care about y'all so much. Hell no. You know what we say? Hey, man. It's a goddamn hurricane going on up there in Asheville, North Carolina. They always got a big budget. It's a lot of money to be made. I'm going to take my truck on up there to Asheville. I'm going to help them clean up, and they're going to pay me big money to do it. Oh, big money. But if you thought I was lying? Let me give y'all some game on it. You know how I do over here, man. We going to get right into it. Right into it. Yeah, local trees. I'm an old man. My daughter get to laughing at me how excited I get to go to Costco's. And I would suggest any of you people that don't got a Costco's membership, you might want to go get one. It's like Disneyland. You go to Costco's, I get to comparing prices. I get to looking at different things and I get to walking up different aisles. And I always spend more money than I plan to spend when I go to Costco's. I'm just gonna come to Costco's, get some chicken, and I want a couple of things of watermelon, and I want some fruit and favors, and I end up walking out with goddamn human foot, 13-foot long pillows and wash rags and towels and all kind of different home necessities that I could use for the house. I bought a pillow the last time I was at Costco's. I'm talking 5'5", 5'6". It's a human sized pillow that you get put in the bed and you get to hug it and roll with. It's amazing. $16. I paid $16 for a pillow that's taller than your 5-year-old. I'm talking it's tall. It's a big ass pillow. Maybe next time. So what I want to do is before we get deeper into the situation, I want to let a trucker that's out there in North Carolina tell y'all what's going on out there in North Carolina. Because why is it that all these immigrants got all this money, but we ain't got no money for the American people? Why is that a random immigrant in New York City got $13,000 worth of goddamn food stamp money and $12,000 in cash, but we ain't got FEMA money? Okay. Big salute to the chat. Hit that like button. Salute to the new mods. I just added a few new mods. Lady JJ got a wrench, big wrenches. You know what I'm saying? Lisa, she got a wrench, big wrenches. We adding a little more feminine energy to this grown man business. Salute to all in Alkaline Lifestyle too. You know what I'm saying? That's a more feminine energy. So y'all make sure y'all go lock in to Lisa. You feel what I'm saying? Hit the like and subscribe button. Lady JJ, y'all make sure y'all run them subscribers up. Yeah. Kush Boys 420. Make sure y'all go to his channel and y'all run those numbers up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The team got to be strong, homie. So every now and then I get the urge and I get the feeling and I go ahead and hit that button and pull in some more mods to control the chat. Yeah. You rocking with Grown Man Business TV. Is what it is. So salute to the new mods. Let's let this man run his mouth real quick. Now before we let him go, you know, again, more of my dog fur having companions is ready to speak out. Now you see the dog fur, it's a little messy. He didn't get a chance to brush it and comb it, and he didn't get a chance to shed it out real fast, but he felt the need, and he's still gonna come to the people and give us the game, and he didn't brush it. He didn't get the dog fur brushed down the right way, but that's okay because he is a companion. Let's listen to him.
You deserve to hear this. I'm a truck driver, all right? I have a 53-foot step deck. I've been trucking for about 2.5 years. I have a YouTube channel. You can verify that on Babyline Hotshot.
Everybody go to Babyline Hotshot. And y'all make sure y'all subscribe to this man's channel. Dog fur or not, he is a companion to us. And we're going to talk about the union between us and the dog fur people. It's a union. Oh, it's a union, baby. All right, so y'all make sure y'all go to his YouTube channel and y'all run them numbers up. Big salute.
Usually in a disaster situation, it is payday for truckers. We look for that hurricane. We look for that ice storm. There's generators coming to you. There's stuff coming out of military bases. There's excavators, skid steers, bulldozers, tree trimming equipment, pumps, like water pumps to pump water out of places that have been flooded. There's no loads on the load board coming to you within 125 miles of Asheville. It's called Truck Stop. This is where I find all my loads. Chicago, Illinois, up at the top. Within 250 miles of Chicago is where I'm going to pick up. The second is the destination. So it goes origin, destination. Watch. See? Drop-off location. Let's do city. North Carolina. Click it. Boom. All right. These are all $1.40 a mile loads, $1.39. That was posted yesterday. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing. These are loads that you wouldn't even, nobody's taking them. They're just on the load board. They've been on there since yesterday. You can see, right? Let's type.
Kush Boy 420, man. Highly appreciate that. You already know, man. 20-piece nugget. We going to easily put that in some duck sauce and some barbecue sauce, and we going to do our thing with that. Big salute, my G. Day one investor, big salute. Hey, local trees, a big salute to you, my G. Highly appreciate that. You know, we trying to bring the, great content. We trying to give y'all content at the highest level. We trying to keep a message in the mess. You understand what I'm saying? It's gonna be a mess on YouTube. It's always a mess. That's what's going on with Diddy right now. But we want to make sure we trying to deliver a message, and it is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. You up next though, cause you've been down since day one, so don't even worry about that. But big salute, highly appreciate that 20-piece nugget. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Let's let my dog fur having companion. Let's let him finish
In a
speaking.
different city. That's from Chicago. Maybe Tennessee, maybe Nashville is closer, and they'd send resources from Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee, within 250 miles of Nashville, to Asheville, North Carolina, within 125 miles. Let's see, that's it. That's all the loads. That's all the loads that are 28,000 pounds in load. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, what the hell is going on here? I had brokers call me and tell me, Stu, have you seen any loads going to Asheville or like anywhere around the Carolinas, South Carolina, Georgia? Is there any like FEMA loads? There's none. Zero. He's been a broker for 6 years. And he's talking to other brokers. They're saying the same thing. What's going on?
Lisa, highly, is that Lisa? Highly appreciate you. Already know. You know what I'm saying? What you get college? What you try to kick knowledge? Nah, I'm trying to kick the itch you need to herd though. That ether, this itch to make your soul burn slow. Is it Dame Diddy, Dame Daddy, your Dame Dummy? Oh, I get it. You Biggie and he Puffy. That's just what I felt when I saw that knowledge. Yeah, we gonna kick some knowledge over here. Big salute to Lisa. You already know. Big wrenches in the chat. 10-piece nugget. We gonna put that in the barbecue sauce as well. We gonna eat good. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. They try to pull us out the algorithm because of the game that's being given up. You know, for a long time, I used to be like Haas. I used to be like, yo, they playing with the numbers. They doing this and they doing that. You feel a way about it. Then you get to the point where you realize if they playing with the numbers, then they paying attention to the content. If they playing with the numbers, that mean they paying attention to the message in the content. It ain't got nothing to do with the subscribers. We going up. We approaching 25,000 subscribers. It ain't got nothing to do with the content. So now I'm looking at it like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. I get it. Jigga Kelly, not guilty. I'd charge me, but I'm not guilty. All right. I'll just give y'all a little bit. You feel me? It is what it is. It'll be what it's gonna be. You know, I try to give my daughter a couple of bars. She like to hear me sing. Jojo, do me a favor and hit that right there for me. She like to hear when I sing as well. You like that? No. You ain't like what I just gave him that game? Really up and drop that. Hey, you know, I ain't gonna. All right, I'll sing it for y'all then. Jigga Kelly, not guilt. Try to charge me, but I'm not. It's like, nah, all right. But yeah, let's get back to my dog right here. My dog fur having companion right here. Now, my dog fur having companion, listen to me. He got that dog in him. My dog fur having companion right here. He got that dog in him. Look at the eyes right there. Look at the dog fur right there, and look at the swine pink on him right there. But I'm rocking with him. Dog fur or not, I'm rocking with him. And what he just told us, now again, right? If we didn't have this technology, if we didn't have these phones, if we didn't have these cameras, if we didn't have access to this technology, we would not know what was going on with these truckers. So now you got a trucker telling us, right? We got a trucker telling us ain't no loads for help going towards those areas of devastation. Ain't no loads with generators, with all different type of things that we use in these catastrophic events. Ain't no loads, ain't no trucks being sent that way. Because he definitely looking. You got to know, I'm a trucker. I cross state lines at all time. I know what it means to be in cahoots with the brokers. Where's the money at? Oh, well, they just had a hurricane up there in North Carolina. It should be tons of money. In a situation like this, man, you can make 50, 60, 70 to $100,000 in a couple of weeks going back and forth to North Carolina. I'm talking, brother, listen, let me tell you, These dudes got out they bed when they heard about this hurricane. Oh, baby, I got to hit the road. Where you go? Baby, it's tons of money. I'll be back in about 2.5, 3 weeks, maybe a month. I'm going to run for a month straight. I'm going to bring home 80K. This the shit we dream about. It's called paving the streets with money. The streets is paved in gold when a catastrophic event like this happened. And we got a dog fur companion trucker right here that's telling us where's the loads going to these areas. So first, we done found out that they manipulating this weather. That they done poured in tons of goddamn dry ice into a hurricane just to see what happened. Hey, Billy, I had an idea, man. Would you like to hear it? Hey, listen, man, I was just wondering, what do you think would happen if we were to pour 4 or 5 tons of dry ice into Hurricane Helena? What you think would happen? Let's see. So gas up the plane. Hey, gas up the plane, man. We're going out there. Right? Also, we finding out that it's tons of lithium under these areas. These ain't just random mountain towns. These ain't just random sundown towns. These is towns with lithium and quartz all up under it. Now we got a dog fur having companion reiterating to us, telling us that they ain't even sending help out there. Now, mind you, we got all the energy in the world for the Ukrainian people. All the Ukraine needs us, and Israel is at war, and they need us, and we're gonna take all of our money, tax-paying dollars, man. This is where we separate from like Zip with the Drips and these nigga. I'm a tax-paying citizen. I pay a lot of money a year in goddamn property taxes and taxes out of my money. When I get paid, I know y'all done took the taxes out my money before I even see my check. So we got all this energy for the Ukraine, $300 billion. But all of a sudden, the truckers ain't got loads to go to North Carolina. We ain't got money for the American people. But y'all want to keep Kamala Harris and Joe Biden in office. Y'all fighting me. I got people in the DM. I got black women. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I got a lot of black women in the DM that's not feeling what I'm saying about Kamala Dick Harris. Kamala Dick Harris been the vice president for the last 4 years. Y'all want to give her another 4 years of this shit? Let's let my man, let's salute to my dog fur having companion. Let's let him talk again, man. I like what he was saying. I like when dog fur having people tell on, I like the dog on dog fur violence. I like that. I like we are at a point in American history where dog fur having people is ready to tell on other dog fur having people. They are tired of holding the secrets. They are tired of this shit because it's affecting them. We are at a place in American history where you got dog fur versus dog fur. You got dog fur on dog fur violence, and I'm here for it. I'm here for this shit, man. Been hearing about black on black violence my whole life. Now we got, my man got the dog in him. Look at his eyes. Look. He ain't even took the time to brush the dog. Let me show you. Let me give y'all some game on this. This is what the dog fur look like when it's tamed and it's taken care of. This is what the dog fur look like when you put that gel in it and you brush it to the left and you lay it down nice and neat to make it look presentable to the people. Because you don't just want to look like a wild animal out here. Right? This is what the dog fur look like when you ain't worried about presenting yourself to the people, when you ain't worried about your appearance, when you don't give a goddamn what's going on with the dog fur, but you willing to tell on fellow dog fur. He about to tell on him. He telling me I'm tired of this shit. Where the money at? I'm tired of this, man. I got in my truck, drove out here, and ain't no money. I mean, let my man tell. And y'all make sure y'all go follow his channel too. Listen to me. Hold on. Y'all make sure y'all go follow his channel too. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go follow his channel. Hold on, shit. Y'all make sure y'all go follow his channel, man.
In a disaster situation, it is payday for
Hold on.
truckers.
You make sure y'all follow his channel because he gonna let you know where the channel is at. Here you go right here. He got that dog in him. Talk to him, boss.
People in North Carolina, you deserve to hear this. I'm a truck driver, all right? I have a 53-foot step deck. I've been trucking for about 2.5 years. I have a YouTube channel. You can verify that. I have a YouTube channel. You can verify that on Babyline Hotshot. I have a YouTube channel. You can verify that on Babyline Hotshot. I have a YouTube channel. You can verify that on Babyline Hotshot. Usually, in a disaster situation, it is payday for truckers. We look for that hurricane. We look for that ice storm. There's generators coming to you. There's stuff coming out of military bases. There's excavators, skid steers, bulldozers, tree trimming equipment, pumps, like water pumps to pump water out of places that have been flooded. There's no loads on the load board coming to you within 125 miles of Asheville. It's called Truck Stop. This is where I find all my loads. Chicago, Illinois, up at the top. Within 250 miles of Chicago is where I'm going to pick up. The second is the destination. So it goes origin, destination. Watch. See? Drop-off location. Let's do city. North Carolina. Click it. Boom. All right. These are all $1.40 a mile loads, $1.39. That was posted yesterday. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing. These are loads that you wouldn't even, nobody's taking them. They're just on the load board. They've been on there since yesterday. You can see, right? Let's type in a different city. That's from Chicago. Maybe Tennessee, maybe Nashville is closer and they'd send resources from Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville, Tennessee, within 250 miles of Nashville to Asheville, North Carolina, within 125 miles. Let's see, that's it. That's all the loads. That's all the loads that are 28,000 pounds in load. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I mean, what the hell's going on here? I had brokers call me and tell me, Stu, have you seen any loads going to Asheville or like anywhere around the Carolinas, South Carolina, Georgia? Is there any like FEMA loads? There's none. Zero. He's been a broker for 6 years. And he's talking to other brokers.
Stu got that dog in him. Yeah, right there. I want to just point that out right there. I like what you're saying, Stu. But if you get to look in between, and listen, let me tell you. See, the thing is, right? It ain't about using y'all for information guides. I chose today to use my dog fur companions because I want the dog on dog verse, the dog fur on dog fur violence. I want the dog fur people to tell on the dog fur people. That's why I'm using my companions today. But I could have found this anywhere, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta dumb it down a little bit, man. You're full of yourself, man. But I like that. I ain't mad at that. But you are full of yourself. Oh, your guys are always using, and I'm gonna use my dog fur voice right here. I'm gonna use my impression. Oh, you guys are always. Just one thing that I hate about the black people, they always want to use us. They always want to use us for our, our information and for us to guide. Nah, that ain't it. We don't want to talk about what we using people for. Yeah. Jack Daniels whiskey. Yeah, that came from a black person. Over 3/4 of the inventions of America that make this a first world country came from black people. Anything that a dog fur having person has a patent on, we got to make sure that they didn't steal it from a slave or a black person. All right? If you really want to be technical about it. And Scott, salute, man. You are 100% right. You ain't starting no mess. Speak your mind, homie. Hey, listen, Kamala Dick Harris got that dog fur. Even though they keep trying to tell us that Kamala Dick Harris is a black woman, yeah, she got that dog fur. She ain't black. Kamala Dick Harris ain't got that dog. She got a head full of dog fur. I done already said that. Yeah, Kamala Dick Harris, she got that dog in her. Yeah, splice a K9. Little Asian ancestry over there with a little Asian, South Asian. Eating them cats, you know how they do with that 4 wings and rice with them Asian people. Kamala Dick Harris got that dog fur. You was 100% right about that. Dick Harris. Kamala Dick Harris. Yeah, I like it. I think it sounds better like that. Kamala Dick Harris, because Kamala got that Monica Lewinsky in her. We don't need you in office trying to do this, that, and going on debates, Kamala Dick Harris. We need you to take a note out of the book of Monica Lewinsky. Oh, Kamala Dick Harris, that's where you would do your best work for the American people. If you would just get on your Monica Lewinsky, Kamala Dick Harris, you would do the Americas, you would do the presidentials, you would do all of us a great favor. If you want to do your American duties, Kamala Dick Harris, you need to go have an interview and sit down with Monica Lewinsky and have her train you. It was a lot of money being made when Bill Clinton was in office because Monica Lewinsky was doing her American duties. And Kamala Dick Harris, all we need you to do is your Monica Lewinsky to do your American duties. But that's a whole nother live stream. Stu right here, my dog fur having companion, is letting us know that even though we had a devastation out there in North Carolina, it ain't no money in the FEMA. They ain't sending no money out there. They ain't sending no loads out there. They ain't trying to help the people of North Carolina because they need that to be a disaster area, a disaster zone. Because if they make that a disaster zone, then now we can turn this and we can implement eminent domain. We can't have all these truckers coming out there helping y'all clean up, helping y'all get rid of the area, helping y'all do X, Y, and Z when the whole time we trying to implement eminent domain. We trying to buy this property up that y'all got. We don't need y'all fixing up nothing over here. So we gonna make it look like we helping. We gonna look like, oh, we got people flying in and private helicopter companies and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. My man Stu right here. He telling on the other dog fur. He's telling on dog fur people. He's letting us know. He's letting us know that, hey, man, my people ain't doing nothing. Where's the money at? But we got immigrants running around with 13,000 in food stamps. I would have took that card off that immigrant right there. I ain't gonna lie. I would have resorted back to my old ways. I would have took that card right off. I would have seen that receipt. And we would have walked right outside and got that card off that immigrant right there. Let me get that. Yeah, let me get that. You don't need that. You didn't work for that. If I was in New York, we would be taking those cards off them immigrants. And we would be getting the passcode and all that. Dog fur on dog fur violence is what's going to get us to the next level, because now dog fur people is even getting tired and they fed up with this shit and they ready to tell and they ready to point the finger and they ready to get shit going. And I salute y'all. Stand on business, because the more y'all hold the information, the more it's going to affect y'all. Oh, it's affecting y'all. Big salute to the chat, man. We going definitely double back, man. I just had to get that information out there. I really got to pinpoint what's going on in America. America, it looked like it's crumbling from the inside out, my G. And I truly believe the only way to get to the next level, the only way to start patching up the bleeding, band-aiding the cuts and the wounds that's going on right now, is to get change administrations, homie. We got to change administrations. I don't care who it is. They got to get out of there. It's terrible, man. Terrible work. Nasty work. Every road leads back attack the dog fur having people. We got all these crazy ass hurricanes. Come to find out, they dumping dry ice and they controlling and manipulating the damn weather. What are we doing? And I'm gonna leave y'all with this, right? Y'all either gonna let go of the wheel or we gonna take control of the wheel. That's what it's coming down to. That's what it's gonna come down to. And I ain't just talking, I'm talking about higher ups in the elites and the American people. The American history is gangster. American history is gangster. Ain't nothing light, ain't nothing polite, ain't nothing cool about American history. And what I'm starting to believe and what I'm understanding is this. America is gonna put the bait out there for a war. They gonna do everything they need to do, and then it's gonna be up to the American people, foundational black Americans and dog fur having people is gonna have to say, we tired of this, and that's where the union gonna come in at. We have the right as American people to buck and to go against and to go to war with a tyrant government. Let me say that again. In the Constitution, it is written in there that the American people, we have the right to bear arms because we have the right to go against or go to war with the tyrant government. And it's looking like we are under the regime of a tyrant government. A government that'll, give all the money to immigrants. A government that'll give all our tax-paying money to the Ukraine, $300 billion, and then turn around and get the American people in North Carolina $750. It's written in the government. It ain't say only dog fur having people can go against a tyrant government. It ain't say only FBA people can go against a tyrant government. It says the American people, homie, can go to war. So how many more situations we gonna have to see before it's wartime? How much more exposure, how much more, information that is going to come out before it's time for us to say it's wartime? Oh, y'all manipulating the weather now. Y'all got hurricanes going wherever y'all want it to go. Y'all flooding out mountain towns. Y'all poisoning the food. Y'all poisoning the water. Y'all poisoning the air. Y'all burning down goddamn farms. Y'all, what, how much more? Y'all giving the money to the immigrants. We got people in New York that ain't did nothing for America, sitting on hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all got people and immigrants out there in California buying houses. The American people, under the law of the Constitution, can go to war with a tyrant government. Take that how you want to take it. Take that game how you want to take it. Do what you will with it. Do what you will. But it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. And you got to know something. The higher-ups and the elites want us to go to war with them. That's why we ain't went to war. That's why a lot of people subconsciously, we saying, why ain't we taking these people to war? Why ain't we going up with this? But subconsciously, we can feel and we know, yo, they doing this shit right in front of our face. They want us to go to war. Why do they want us to go to war? Because now they can implement martial law. Now, these army people and Navy people and all of these different factors that been brainwashed, right? They fellow Americans or whatever, but they've been brainwashed. Now they can implement martial law. Now it's a real war. Now they marching down your street. They got tanks and they got different military vehicles driving up and down your streets. But you got to know that that's what they want from us. So yeah, let's give the American people $750. Let's see if that does it. Let's let them know we got patents, and let's expose this information so that they can look at it and they can say what's going on, and now they can be triggered to go to war. Because once we go to war, it ain't no turning back. It get deep, it get wicked, and it's always deeper than rap. If we take it to war, if we don't take it to war, what you got to understand is we got all right to. We got the Constitution. American Constitution say we can take them to war, homie. Nah, SS, I'm here to tell you, man. Every day your dog fur privilege is declining. Every day the privileges of the dog fur having people, white supremacy, is going down and down and down. Let me tell you something, SS. Those mountain towns up in North Carolina I'm talking about, those was your people. Nah, you could let him live. Let SS live. He good. I got shooters in the chat, SS. Matter of fact, I ain't gonna tell them if get rid of them. I don't even tell them where to shoot at. If they shoot you, your ass is shot. It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. If they shoot you, you shot. But I'm here to tell you because I know you still watching. I know you can still see. You just gotta sit in the back of the class. Those towns that they just flooded out was all your people. It don't look like your privilege worked out too well, did it? Those jobs on those ports that they about to automate, because they about to automate those ports. My next live tonight, when I go back live tonight, we talking about them ports. We talking about them longshoremen. They gonna automate those ports. You know, over 65% of those jobs is your people, white people, dog fur having people. Oh, that whole privilege thing that you think you got behind closed doors and behind the smoke and mirrors, they done swept that under the rug. Everybody is on the table. Everybody, it don't matter who it is. The lithium is up there with the dog fur having people. Will wipe their asses out. The lithium in the courts is up there with the dog fur having people. Flood their whole community. We don't care who it is. That's where we get powerful at. That's why this channel was powerful. You think because I say dog fur having people, I ain't rocking with you? You think because I say, man, I got dog fur having people in the chat. I got dog fur having people that subscribe to the channel. You think that because I call your dog fur what it is, I ain't rocking with you? For a long time, it just been us. Hey, the money's over there with the FBA, where the black people is at. Well, move them from over there to the ghetto. Move them over here. We need that land. Now they figuring out all of the hoods in the urban community is in prime real estate. Now they trying to gentrify. We moved them over there downtown. Now that's $1 trillion industry. We need to get that land back. Let's gentrify. But now it's to the point in American history where everybody is at play. Everybody is fair game. Dog fur on dog fur violence is at an all-time high. Dog fur on dog fur violence is at an all-time high. Drew, I'm cleaning it bed. I'm finna show lean in it bed. Nigga, book. Yeah. Hey, Drew. I'm cleaning it, bitch. Now I'm finna strolling in it, bitch. Nigga, bull. Yeah, salute the Dro, man. Dro the poet in the chat. Yeah, everybody's fair game now. So that's why I'm implementing. I'm trying to give y'all the game and let y'all know that because everybody is fair game now, it's obvious. It's put right in front of your face. Those mountain towns was dog fur having people communities that they just flooded y'all out. You got my man right here, Stu right here. Stu got that dog in him. And Stu is telling you right here that what's going on. Stu got that dog in him. He got that canine in him. Everybody's on it. So now it ain't about FBA. It ain't about white supremacy. It ain't about dog fur. It's about the American people versus the establishment. It's about the American people versus the machine. That's it. And when we get tired, it's going to come to a point, I'm telling you, homie, it's going to come to a catastrophic situation. Like, imagine if they send one of these hurricanes to New York City. Imagine if they manipulate one of these hurricanes and they send it to the 5 boroughs. I'm talking Manhattan, Harlem, Brooklyn, and they flood the. Imagine If they flood out New York like they flooded out North Carolina, flood out the subways, it will come to a point where it will be no choice but to go to war with the establishment. And the beautiful thing is, we got all right within the American Constitution to take them to war. And you think when the war come, dog fur having people ain't gonna be linking up with the FBA, and the FBA ain't gonna be linking up with the dog fur to go to war? It is what it is, and it'll be what it's gonna be. Big salute to the chat. Big salute to everybody that's locked in. 193 people in here right now. We approaching 25,000 subscribers. Easy money. All right? I want y'all to know something. It is not the end of the world. It is not the last days. It is not Rome falling. It's nothing like that. We got a long time before America will actually fall if we don't have people in power that's pushing and creating a narrative and creating weather storms and creating situations that make it look like we falling. Now, if we keep these people in power, they're gonna create the fall of Rome. It ain't gonna be the end of the world. They're gonna create the end of the world. But is it naturally happening? Hell no. We got a long time. We would have thousands, we would have thousands and thousands of years of ruler over the globe if it wasn't for these dog fur having people creating the situation of Rome falling. So the next time you see a hurricane come in and wipe your town out, the next time you see a hurricane come in and do damage and devastation, the next time you see such and such happening, this going down and that going down, let's stop calling it like God is ending the world, like it's the end of the days, it's our last days. Let's stop acting like we just naturally living in the last days, and let's start pointing the finger where the finger needs to be pointed at. Oh, it's the last days, and everything's gonna come to an end, and America is falling, and the dollar bill is falling. It's only because these people is pushing that narrative. We are the most, bruh, listen to me. We are the most powerful. We never needed Afghanistan and Pakistan to get this Ethium, this. We already got it. Obviously, we already got it, but they want to make us consumers. So we've been getting the Ethium and all that from the Pakistani people and the Ukrainian people. When obviously out there in North Carolina, we got the third biggest deposit of Ethium or Euthium or whatever the Ethium is. We got the third biggest deposit of it in America. We could have already paid these people some of that we could have already paid these people in North Carolina a portion of that 300 billion we gave to the Ukraine, paid them off nice and neat. Here go 100 million for you. Here go 100 million for you. Here go 50 million for you. Here go 35, 85 million for you. And now we want to buy this land and we're going to pay y'all. We're going to overpay y'all. Y'all could take this $100 million and go buy whatever you want. But we need this land. And those people in those mountain towns would have gave that shit up nice and neat. For the American people. Hey, we need this we need this Erythium. We need this shit. We don't want to be consumers. We need to cut out the middleman, and we need this. So we gonna pay you 100 million. We gonna pay you 100 million. We gonna buy this whole area out. And y'all got so much money and generational wealth now that y'all can easily go buy up 50 acres over here, 40 acres over here, and y'all can live good now. Y'all, yeah. Hold on, hold on real quick. Let me we can get back to it. Yeah, I like it. I know. Hold on real quick. Let's play this.
Going on. So I decided to do some digging. So the first thing I find out is North Carolina has the richest deposits of lithium in the entire.
Lithium. My bad. But we need this lithium over here that's under y'all houses. And we not going to try to railroad y'all. We actually going to pay y'all, overpay y'all for this property. So we could have easily did that. We could have easily cut out Pakistan, but we sitting on all this lithium and we've been buying this shit from over there being charged and taxed for it. Is what it is and it'll be what it's gonna be. Easy fix. I'm gonna tell you something before I get up out of here. Easy fix, my G. If you let the right people run this shit, it can be an easy fix. But when you got higher ups in the elites, you got greedy people at the top that's willing to flood you out, that's willing to take you out, that's willing to kill, steal, and do everything else under the sun except for what's right. These are the situations that we get in. Listen, man, it is what it is, and it'll be what it's going to be. Big salute to the chat. We're going to double back tonight around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we're going to talk about these longshoremen. We going live again tonight, so make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you tapped into the Realest channel on YouTube so you can get those notifications, and you can know when we live, when you can get this pure dope straight off the brick into the bottles. What you talking about, Robert Clark? Yeah, well, a lot of people say that, man. A lot of people that do have land say they will never give it up. They will never sell it. But I will say this, man. Everybody got a price, homie. And even you with that small piece of land, if the government came in and said, listen, we taking this land, homie. Eminent domain is eminent domain. So if you like it or not, we taking this land. But we willing to overpay you for this land. How much is your land worth? Okay, well, let's just say the small piece of land that you have is worth $750,000. Well, listen, we're going to give you $10 million for this small piece of land. It's only worth $750,000. Like it or not, with eminent domain, we taking this land, homie. We taking it. But instead of taking it, we gonna pay you 9 times the price value on this land. You selling that land, homie. You selling that land. The hurricane was just a cover up. The hurricane was just the smoke and mirrors for them to get their hands on that land, for them to implement eminent domain. So, you got a lot of people that say they ain't gonna do this and they ain't gonna do that, but I'm here to tell you, you definitely gonna do. And how about we all make you an offer that you can't refuse? Your land worth $700,000, we gonna pay you $10 million. Sold. Sold. You go find some land for $2 million now. You could get way more land. You go get $2 million worth of land now and then stash the other 8. Yeah, Tesla wanted that. Tesla don't want the land. Tesla already owned the land. They already in a $90 million contract with Tesla. They gotta provide the lithium for these cars. They already signed, sealed, and delivered. They in contract already for Tesla. But because Pakistan, Afghanistan, they done already turned their backs on us. We got to find another way to get this lithium without going into contract with another country. Oh, we got it in North Carolina. But again, instead of doing the right thing and overpaying these homeowners and overpaying these property owners, we just gonna take that shit. And if you want to go to war, let's go to war. That's the American way. We gonna take it. And if you want to go to war, then let's go to war. Oh, we gonna take this land, baby. Fuck you mean? We taking that. Do you want to go to war? You don't want to go to war? We'll get out the way. Yeah. Or they just terminate you 100%. Or it's multiple different angles, baby. Oh, we can get this land multiple different ways. But me personally, if I was running it, I would overpay you so that all you gonna do is be happy to move out this land. You're gonna be happy to give up this lithium because we gonna get this lithium, but you're gonna be happy to take this money and move somewhere else in the mountains and you know, you could buy a whole half of the mountain with this shit right here. You and your people, y'all put some money together, y'all buy a whole goddamn mountain town. It's yours. Easily done. If we can give the Ukrainian people $300 billion, this shit should be easy math. But because we got the wrong people in power, yeah, Robert Clark, you 100% right about that. The American people don't understand how big of a situation this BRICS thing is, with all these different countries creating a payment method that don't include the American dollar. This shit is a real thing, bro. And because these other countries are getting in bed with Russia, China, Africa, now we don't have access to the lithium in these other countries now. They in bed with Russia. We done already signed the $90 million contract with Tesla because we've been getting our lithium from out there in Afghanistan. But now Afghanistan and Pakistan and all these other different people is in bed with the BRIC people. And the BRIC people saying, we don't rock with America like that. We ain't taking the American dollar. This is a real thing, homie. I never thought I'd be in agreement that the American dollar is about to be trumped. I never thought I'd be in agreement with it. But the more research and due diligence I do, the more I'm saying it's almost over, man. It's really almost over, homie. We are at the brink of war. So you got to understand how important it was for them to flood this land out. How important it was for them to get this area with this lithium under it, because we have no other country where we can get this lithium from, and we are already in contract with Tesla. $90 million. All roads lead back to the dog fur people. Respectfully, all roads lead back to a man that looked just like this right here. Respectfully, this is my companion, but he looked, the people that's doing this look like him. They look like him. Or him. All roads lead back to dog fur having people, man. And we in it with y'all. You got to understand something. The rest of the world are turning their backs on America, not because of us, because of y'all, because of the dog fur having people that been raping their countries, that been bombing their countries like Hiroshima, that been taking advantage of their areas for all these decades, all these centuries. Dog fur having people been doing what they want all over the globe. And now you got all these different countries ganging up, and they about to step on y'all, which mean they trying to step on us. And y'all got the nerve to say what y'all don't like black people, all black. Hey, boy, we are last resort. Y'all might want to watch your mouth, because if we turn our back on y'all dog fur having people, it's over. Y'all might want to speak respectfully when y'all talk to us. Y'all might want to get them reparation money up. Because imagine this, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. I'm going to leave y'all with this. I'm going to get y'all wheels turning. Hey, Robert Clark, I want you to think about this before I get up out of here. Imagine if China, right? Imagine if China presents a reparation budget for black people in America. Hey, sit with this. Hey, Robert Clark, sit with this. Imagine if China presents a reparation budget of $5 billion for black people inside of America. Imagine if China says, listen, the way American people have done black people in America with slavery, X, Y, and Z, we never agreed with it. And we, China, never had anything against African Americans, Black Americans, FBA. And because the Americas will not give Black people their reparations, China, us, we are proposing a budget only for the Black people in America. Imagine what we would now, imagine how we would turn on y'all. Imagine what would happen imagine if China said, we're gonna give every Black person in America, we're gonna give y'all $10 million a person. $10 million a person, $20 million, $25 million per Black person. Recruitment or not, imagine what we would do. Imagine what would happen. Now, now y'all got all these Black people in America that's gonna ride with China and a turn on y'all. I'm talking like China say it's war, well, then it's war then. And we wouldn't be worried about American patriots or being a patriot for America or because our American history is gloomy. Our American history is devastating when it comes to slavery, when it comes to what y'all did to our ancestors that y'all don't want to pay for. Yeah, Russia kind of offered it, but you notice that ain't something that's spoken about. That ain't something that's going viral. That's something that's been muffled in the media. But now I ain't even talking about, let's talk about China. Imagine if China said it loud and clear. We got 25 to 30 million for every Black person in America that ride with China. Imagine what you dog fur people will have to face then. Imagine what the dog fur people, now imagine that. We've been asking America, we've been asking, you ask any dog fur having person about reparations and they gonna tell you, we don't think y'all deserve reparations even though y'all built America. We don't agree with reparations. Now, so now we know y'all don't agree with us getting reparations because y'all worried about paying it back in taxes. So imagine China say, we got 30 million for every Black person, man, woman, and child for what y'all did in America. Imagine what y'all had to face then. Imagine how we would go to war. We would quit our jobs and we would take y'all to war on America. It'd be over for y'all. It's over. So when y'all speak about us, y'all might want to start speaking respectfully. See, the thing is this though. It ain't really about trusting China. We already know we can't trust the American government. We can't trust y'all. But you worried about us trusting China. See how delusional y'all are? See how delusional y'all think? That's why y'all don't need to be behind the wheel. Y'all delusional. He in the chat talking about some, oh, imagine trusting China. Well, we can't trust y'all. We gonna go, the money is the money. Put the money. Well, we want y'all to get down with the brick. We want y'all to spend this money. And we got 30 million for each of y'all. You think I'm not signing that paper? You think I'm not rolling with it? What you think Grown Man Business TV gonna do? Ask me. Yeah. Ask me. I'm rolling with them then. So I want to leave that with y'all. Imagine if China offer us they got the money. Imagine they offer us the reparations. Imagine the problems y'all have. The whole time, all y'all had to do was pay up. Do what's right for the foundation of America, the foundational Black America. All y'all had to do what was right and pay that money the same way y'all paid the Ukrainian, the same way y'all paid the immigrants, the same way y'all pay all these other people. Y'all had to do is do right by foundational Black Americans. And now China trying to do it. That's a war y'all do not want to ever see. So please speak respectfully when you talking to big dogs like Grown Man Business TV. Because I see it a whole nother way. My wheels turn. That's a whole, you ain't heard nobody give y'all that kind of angle right there. Imagine if China step in and say, I got the money for Black Americans. We got a $15 billion budget to pay reparations to every black American, every descendant of slaves. We ain't talking about Africans, Haitians. We ain't talking about all. We talking about black people, descendants of slaves. America's in between a rock and a hard spot right now. And instead of fixing what they need to fix, they flooding out towns for the lithium. They getting rid of whole mountain towns, and they pouring dry ice inside of hurricanes and shit like that. That's what they sending money to the Ukraine and giving border jumpers a whole bunch of money to eat with. That's what they focused on. Nah. I told y'all, 223 people in the chat. When you giving that game up, they take you out the algorithm. And what they do is they send distractors. They send people to try to distract the message. But they don't know. We've been doing this for a while now. They don't know that ain't no distractions, homie. When you talking to grown men, when you talking to a big dog like me, that little shit in the chat ain't no distraction, homie. You can't stop this. And you will have a problem. Yeah, you will have a fucking problem, boy. Big salute to the chat, man. You already know what time it is, man. It's your boy, Grown Man Business TV. Feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You definitely know what I suggest. Yeah, Charlie P, what it do? I ain't see you in there, man. Big salute. Yeah, 20 M's. Imagine that. Hey, Charlie, imagine that. Imagine China's reach out and say, listen, man, we got a budget. We got a $50 billion budget for black Americans. We about to take care of y'all. We know that reparation shit is past due. And since the American government don't want to give y'all what y'all deserve, rightfully deserve for building America, we got that for y'all. What you think the black America, what you think we gonna do? You think we gonna trust the American government? Huh? You think we're gonna trust the American government? You think we're gonna say, oh no, we can't accept that, China. You know, we're trusting the American government to do the right thing. So we turned down your offer, you know, we'd reject your deposit. Nah, nah, nigga. That will be the final straw that broke the camel back of the American economy. Because every black person to quit their job and go get that 30, 40 million. Shit. Yeah. And then after we get the money, we'll start looking at y'all like who y'all really are. We don't have to act like we're white anymore. We don't have to talk like this. Yes, how you doing? We don't have to talk like that anymore. We can start looking at y'all like what y'all really. We'll be ready to go to war with y'all now. Dog fur? Yeah, man. It is. We start asking questions. Hey, man, you seen Roots? You ever seen that movie Roots before, man? Nah, man, I seen it. You ever seen Django? Those the same people in Django. Leonardo DiCaprio and all them. You see what they was doing in that movie and shit? We'll start mobbing on y'all. It'll be fucking be over. It'll be over. We'll start literally taking to the street. We'll quit. All us will quit our jobs so y'all won't have no working society and shit. Everything will break down and stay down. And we'll start going to war. We'll start mopping y'all up out here. All that nice guy shit will be out the window. Hey man, goddamn Jerome, I thought we were cool, man. Nah. Jerome only did what he had to do to make sure he pay his rent. Shit, Jerome got $40 million now, cash money. Jerome got to put a foot in your ass. He about to, his whole size 13 in your ass now. You can't even get out the house. You trying to, you talking about black on black shit. So I wanted to leave y'all with that. Imagine China do that. Oh, we playing chess at the highest level. So that would be a checkmate chess move. Boom, put your king right there. Boom, give me that. Give me that. It's over. Yeah, yeah. So this shit made me laugh because when you think about it, boy, y'all thought we was cool the whole time, right? Y'all thought we was friends. Y'all thought we was Americans. Oh, trusted China. Well, shit. Akon over there fucking with him. Africa fucking with him. Shit. I would definitely oblige. I would definitely oblige. You thought we was cool. Oh no, we ain't cool. Y'all did a lot of shit in slavery y'all ain't paid for yet. We built this whole country. Y'all ain't paid for that yet. Y'all still disrespecting like we just buying Nikes and sneakers. That's what he said in the chat. Oh, stick to buying Jordans. Politics. No, I'm a war general. Y'all ain't respecting this shit. I hope, hey, China, I'm sure they listening. They probably gonna block this video right here. Hey, yo, when I get to talking like this, they'll block my shit. They'll block my shit, son. They won't let me monetize that shit. It'll be yellow like a boy. They won't let me monetize it either, son. Yeah. 237 people in the chat, man. Big salute to the chat. Hey, look, man, we gonna lock back in about an hour or two, man. Probably about like 9:30, 10 o'clock. We gonna lock back in. So you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Grow Bear Business TV. Let me get 9 more likes, man. Let me run. Hey, hit the screen twice, man. Run the likes up to 100. Stop playing, man. I need at least 100 likes before I close out. That's some shit y'all ain't never heard before. What? Salute, salute, salute. Appreciate that 20-piece nugget. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna dip that in barbecue sauce. We're gonna dip that in Chick-fil-A sauce as well. Appreciate that 20, man. Yeah, because you gotta know something. They done pulled me out the algorithm. They playing with my numbers. The message is too powerful. So when they get like that, they get it just be what it is. So I appreciate that dubsty, that 20-piece nugget. You know what I mean? Highly appreciate that 20. And big salute to all the new wrenches, Lisa, Kush Boy 420, Lady JJ, big salute. Charlie P, I see you in the chat, big salute. Wisdom B, man, I seen you in the chat. I meant to say something to you. I saw you in the chat. Big salute to Wisdom B, Supreme 777, all my wrenches, all my mods, everybody that's holding down the chat. Just understand something, man. This is the realest channel on YouTube. There is no other channel gonna talk like this. You ain't never heard nobody even give you an angle when it come to China. But I think I really believe that might be the next move when it come to China checkmating America. They already setting it up outside of China. They already getting in bed with Russia, Africa, all these different nations is getting in bed with the BRICS situation. And I believe that they've always talked about blacks in America and what we went through and us being mistreated and how everything's went down on American soil. And I truly believe that would be the checkmate. That would be the blow. That would be the death blow of the American economy. It's to offer us reparations because we will turn, boy, shit. Hey, Johnny boy, goddamn, boy, GMB, I thought we were friends. No. No, brother. Oh, brother, man. Brother, man. Yeah. So they definitely been playing with the numbers. So I highly appreciate those donations, man. We $70, clean 70 beans tonight. Easy money. So make sure y'all tap into the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all truly tuned in. And we going live tonight, 10 o'clock. We going live. We doubling back. And I want y'all to really get this message when it comes to these longshoremen. I'm gonna give y'all an angle y'all ain't never heard. This is everybody's talking about the strike. Everybody's talking about everything that's going down with these longshoremen, but y'all ain't nobody coming from the angle that I'm coming from. And I really want y'all to be able to tap into this information. So listen, man, you already know what time it is, man. It's your boy Grown Man Business TV. You feel what I'm saying? You can tap in, you can tap out, but you know my slogan. You know what I suggest, and I suggest you tap in.